Welcome to week one of CIS-17A. So, what is the plan for this week? Um, I have posted this on Canvas already. So there's a couple things I would like you to do. First one is to read the syllabus, and I have recorded a video about this. If you have any questions, you may ask me, either on the discussion board on Canvas or just email me if you have any concerns. Second thing is I'd like to ask you to finish the entry survey. This helps me tailor the course content a little bit according to your needs. And the third one is to set up your dev environment. You would want to get that done as soon as possible. I'll have a separate video about this. And then the one following that is, by the way, these things are in no specific order, but it's a somewhat logical order, but you don't have to follow this particular order of a list of tasks. And then you want to create a GitHub account and complete your first assignment. And there's a link you can click on. And also there is a video about this. This video is actually on the student manual. This link actually is on. So anyway, this link was provided to you on the announcement, I believe, and this is a sort of a companion website that I keep adding new material. So you would want to refresh this page, refresh this site, because I'll keep adding new stuff as we go. And so this is going to be a very important resource for you. This will contain a lot of the details that I incorporate into my teaching, and I'll point to this place quite often. And so this is the manual. You may want to bookmark it. Now, in the prerequisites, there's a section about the first assignment. So this is what this video is about primarily. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the tasks. So I mentioned that you want to watch the lecture videos. There's going to be a lot of videos I will make for you. I know some of you probably prefer videos, want to watch, so I'll do a lot of those. But then some of you probably will also, prefer more direct, and so you want to look at the manual for many of the instructions that I talk about in the video. Your reading assignment is the first 5 chapters of the textbook. And I would suggest you to read 1 chapter a day or more if you want. So you want to keep moving, and and those are not big chapters. And especially the first part, the first 5 chapters are very basic. Well, I say basic, but I'm pretty sure you're going to learn something new. Even if you have taken CIS-5, even though you may have thought that you knew C++, and I'm pretty sure you're going to pick up something new from this book. So I picked this textbook. One is, I think it's well written and easy to read, and it has logical order, and you can read this almost like a novel, and I think it's well done. And the second thing is, this is one of the few books on the market that actually illustrates C++20 features. And many of the books on the market, they are out of date. So C++20 is the new standard that was finalized mid last year. And many of the tool developers they're still catching up. Um, so I have more to say about these tools when we talk about the dev environment. And then I encourage you to ask questions on the discussion board, and also to participate in other people questions, and you engage with each other too. Then you may get to know some of your fellow students. Then if that suits you well, you may consider having sort of a study sessions among yourselves, and have sort of study buddies, and that it's up to you. Um, we are sort of in a virtual format right now, but I still encourage you to sort of socialize with each other. Um, and we have a lot of people in this course, and yeah, so not just to learn the knowledge and skills, but to know some people too. Okay, so that's the discussion board. And then later in this week, we'll be giving out a lab assignment. Basically, there's a lab, there's an assignment, and the lab is more of probably there's more hands-on instructions, show you how to do a couple of things, but then you're going to do something new as well. And the assignment is going to have some programming assignment that's going to help you uh, solidify your learning for the chapters you just read. Okay. And so this is more of a repeat of talking about where to get help. And, again, some of the information you're going to hear again and again. Uh, repetition is key to learning sometimes. So the student manual, I would encourage you uh, to read, to check out often. And some of the information I may add to it that I may not even make a recording about. So it's going to be just there. And sometimes if you ask a question on the discussion forum, and I see that is something that deserves a more elaborate answer, so I may actually post the answer on the student manual for everybody to read in a more organized format. Um, and then, of course, I'll be posting a lot of videos on Canvas. They're actually on YouTube, but they're linked to Canvas. And be active in the discussion board and ask away whatever questions you may have. If you have a private question, you can reach out to me privately. But otherwise, I would encourage you to consider discussion board first. And then I have a 1 hour office hour every week on Monday between 4 and 5, and that's on a syllabus. And that I'll be waiting on Zoom meeting basically. And if you want to drop in, you're welcome to ask your questions or say hi. And you don't have to wait. Again, I don't want you to wait for the office hour. Office hour, it's a bit of a face-to-face time, but I would encourage you not to wait. Again, use the other means to reach out and ask your questions, and you cannot wait because we have very short term, and you need to keep moving. Again, email is there, and so if you need to email me through Canvas inbox or just a direct email. Okay. Okay, so the first assignment. Now, first assignment is not really graded assignment. This is just to help you get started, to get ready for taking future assignments. The labs and those things will be provided through GitHub, basically. And so the GitHub has a product called GitHub Classroom. So that is the tool that I'm using to administer some of the assignments. But your repositories, basically, when you accept the assignment, you'll get a dedicated repository just for you. And that repository will contain some starter code, the sort of a template that I put in. So you all start from the same place. And then you can finish your assignment and get your code checked into that repository. And that's what I will use to grade. Okay. So this first assignment is an exercise to get your GitHub account set up, and then also to familiarize yourself with accepting assignments. I have recorded a video about this. You should watch this if you have not used this before. If you have done this before, you're already familiar with it, and then you can, skip it. So suppose that you got the GitHub set up properly, accepted the first assignment, and the first assignment actually has an instructions what to do next, and the instructions is basically this, and basically you'll see the same thing on your once you have accepted assignment. So the next thing is, you need to go through a authorization process. I have there's a primary repo for this course that contains the source code and the information that I give to you in terms of code, and so they are best provided in the Git repository. So, and that is a private repo. So you will need to get authorization from me to access it. So once you have accepted the GitHub Classroom, you're able to look at these instructions and let me know that you have done that. Now you need the access to the private repo, the primary course repo. Okay, and so I will basically add you to the proper group on GitHub that allows you to access the repository. And once you have done that, and then you can basically open up that link, and the link is here for that repo. You may also find that link is also in the student manual, just for your convenience. So you can just click on this thing here too. So this is the repository. Again, if you don't have the authorization, you're not going to be able to see it. You probably will get a 404 error. So again, this is a private repo. As you'll see the label right here, private. But anyway, so once I give you authorization, you'll be able to see it. There may be other resources throughout the course that I give out, and they will be based on the same authorization as well. So this is a one-time thing. So this is the repository, and I would want you to follow the instructions in this repository right here to run the first example program in the textbook. So if you read the textbook, you'll see the first program, and that first program is it's called the X101. There is a slight difference between the Windows users and the Mac users, and so I'll explain. If you look at the instructions here, you'll see some brief instructions for Windows or Mac. So please make sure to read that. But before I proceed further, I need to get you guys dev environment set up properly first. And so I'm gonna record another video about this. So this is it.